the wild winds call. Jasper's walking, taking pictures of it all. Boots on the ground, heart in the sky, following the blazes, just a rambling guy. Through the valleys, over the hills, chasing that freedom, feeling the thrill. With every sunrise, he's finding his way, living the dream, one step a day. Trail named Jasper, walking on through, Bruce trail bound with a camera view, hiking the ridges, chasing the light. Like and subscribe.
This was my tent spot for the night. Once again, leave no trace, no sign that we were ever here, and do a final check. Check the floor closely for anything you may have dropped, such as a big lighter. I carry 2 big lighters, minis. I already lost one. I lost one on the first night. Yes. So I have to pick one up. Look at the beautiful little waterfalls. Take a look around me. It's 5:15. Just take a look. Good morning, Lake District. On the Alfred Wainwright Coast to Coast Trail. Oh yeah, little bridge I came across last night. And to be honest, I don't think, nobody bothered me, and I took tent behind that fence and wall, but there's lots of tenting here. Oh yeah. Good morning. Today is Sunday. It's the 1st of June. Welcome to June, everybody. We're starting off, well, essentially continuing. We started up a climb as we left Grassmere, and that particular tenting spot was about half a mile in from the highway leaving Grassmere. But now we have a good solid climb. I can't remember the name now off the top of my head, but we're going to come up to a turn and continue. The community we're going to pass through next is called Patterdale. Just take a look here. Take a look here. More tenting spots. Absolutely perfect tenting spot right there, sheltered by those dry stone walls. I would have probably used that too if I'd have noticed it. Look at the water rapids. Well, anyhow. So Patterdale today, we have 2 choices. There's a wild camping spot nestled in trees, which is good because it's been so windy, although it's not windy right this minute. That's in at 13 miles. At 17.5 miles is a commercial camping holiday park. If I could make that, that would be great. Get a nice shower, recharge all my electrics back to full, power banks, everything. That would be really good. But I don't know if I have 17.5 miles in me in the Lake District, and especially today we have the last 2 of 4 major climbs in the Lake District, and I believe the second one is at, I think it's called Kirsty Peak, and that's the highest point, highest peak on the Coast to Coast Trail. Hey, maybe it's all downhill from there. It's certainly not downhill here though. So let's get to it. Just take a look. Just take a look down the valley. On the right side, the rapid kind of creek, or I guess tongue gill. On the left side, the winding, snaking trail all the way down to Grasmere. Oh my goodness. Take a look around me as we make this climb. Mountaintops pushing into the clouds. Oh yeah. What an absolutely wonderful morning. Wonderful place to be. And of course, you guys are with me, so I have wonderful company. Yeah. Hey, once again, welcome to day 4 of our coast to coast hike. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely amazing. Okay. Just wanted to give you a little bit of a second good morning. All these bags, big bags of rocks, are all used for trail maintenance by the maintenance crews, the rangers and so on. Yeah. What a beautiful little waterfall. Wow. And those bags of rocks are all brought up here by helicopter. You see it every day, the helicopters, to create these stone pathways along the trail and to help hold back erosion of the trail by supporting around the trail. Take a look, see. Oh yeah. I have history with rock fields just like this. It was a rock field just like this where I broke, airline fractured my right hip on the Appalachian Trail. Yeah. Steady as she goes. Below us, Grisdale Tarn. Now, quite often, a lot of people wild camp all around these banks and shores. And there's lots and lots and lots of wild camping. I've struggled so far, not overly, a little bit maybe, not much, a little bit though. Challenging, let's say, to find wild camping spots. Not that there aren't any. There are lots and lots and lots. There's acres of them right here. What I struggled with is I've had horrendous winds, and trying to find something that was somewhat sheltered has been such a challenge. Anyhow, we're moving ever closer to Patterdale. Wow. The mountain hut. Well, first of all, I know it's closed. Ruthwaite Lodge. Wow. We're started by the maintenance team of Outward Bound Ullswater. We'll try the door, but it's locked, I'm sure. Yep. But one thing I noticed, some decent tent spots right here, also at the other side. Yeah, tent spot right in there would work. I think it's starting to rain. Okay. Wow. Huh. Let's keep going. Just take a look. This absolutely gorgeous trail right now. Wow. Quite possibly the nicest trail underfoot we've had so far. I'm gonna just take you out of my sternum strap and show you around. Just moments ago we were in rain and I've got full rain gear on, but right now there's a beautiful river. Oh yeah, just take a look. Just take a look at this. Is this not wonderful? Oh, see the farm homes, barns and so on across the way, the stone barn. Wow. Absolutely gorgeous. How sweet it is, that little waterfall with a fairy pool. Oh. And some morning walkers. Okay, so somewhere behind me, oh boy, rain. Somewhere behind me I made a wrong turn, so I have to come up to this road here, make a right turn, and that will take me into Patterdale and back to the actual trail. I'm not sure how I did that. The signs I'd seen directed me, but I must have missed one. That's okay. That's okay. No harm, no foul. Rain's on and off, on and off. 1 minute it's sunshine, which is quite strong, quite pleasant. The next minute it's just pissing it down with rain. Anyhow, I think I'll put my rain cap back on, which I keep sometimes on my hip belt. Just have to remember it's there. I've lost many rain caps that way. Okay, so here's the road. Make a right turn into Patterdale and pick up the coast to coast. I go right to it on this road. Yeah. Yeah. Huh. Local information. Okay, there is a sidewalk, so we'll cross. Okay, let's just get to where we're supposed to be and see if now we're entering Patterdale. Really nice if we can find a nice little, breakfast spot. That would be just lovely. Oh, this is the Patterdale Mountain Rescue. I see that on the side of their Jeeps or Land Rovers. Patterdale Mountain Rescue. Oh yeah. Let me just take you out of my sternum strap. You have a look in there. If you can see it, it's dark in there, but there's a Land Rover and all their equipment. These are the guys you want to be friends with in these mountains. There is no doubt in my mind about that. They're also people that I don't want to know personally. On that product that they're selling, I certainly don't want to be a customer. No sirree. Okay, okay, let's just beautiful lilac. Oh, is that lilac? You know what, I don't think it, no, that's not lilac. It looks like it, but it's not. From a distance it looks like it. You gardeners out there, you green thumbs would know. Man, it's raining again. Oh. Eventually, day 4 now of rain, cloud, rain, cloud, rain, cloud, and then for a couple of minutes here and there the sun would pop out, but it's just been rain, cloud, high winds. So eventually I know that I'm just doing my time right now, because eventually the sun is going to shine with blue skies. Okay, I better check the map, make sure I indeed know where the heck I am. So, I just stopped in the Patterdale Hotel, spoke to the nice young lady at the reception, I asked about coffee shops, whatever, here in town, but apparently not. Apparently not. So we're just going to keep pushing through town. Oh, there's the White Lion. Well, obviously, food served daily. Okay, hang on a minute. What kind of food and what daily? Well, Sunday's not it's till 12 o'clock. Sundays, not today. 12 o'clock on Sunday. Okay, so that's not going to happen. Looks like the sidewalk's back on the other side again. Make up my mind. Yeah. Okay. You see a sign here. Coast to coast path, angle turn, 2 miles. Okay, so that's where we're going next. I know the next kind of feature, if you will, on this hike is angle turn. I know guys camp there sometimes, wild camp. So, as I was saying, I'm going to grab some water somewhere. We'll see some. And it's raining right now. But then find a sheltered area and maybe make a coffee, I think, this morning. And I have everything I need. Multi-grain bagel and bacon to make a bacon sandwich with ketchup or mayo. Whew, maybe I'll do a mayo. Oh my God. Yeah. So save a little bit of money too. Okay. Let's just push onwards to angle turn. Hikers ahead of me. Oh yeah. There's been several. I met a lady today called Heidi from Virginia. She's doing the coast to coast. But she's stopping in B&Bs each day, which is just fine, of course. Oh. The climb to angle turn. Whew. Second climb, big climb, major climb of the day already, and it's not even lunchtime yet. Oh boy. No joke, no joke. That's for sure. Wind's howling. Rain, rain, rain. Sun just got beaten out. But just look at it across there. Oh my God. Just look at it across there. Okay, so whew, the wind is absolutely crazy, and I just met a group of hikers on the coast to coast heading opposite to me, but also heading to Robin Hood's Bay, and their feeling is, oh boy, wind's blowing everything off. Their feeling is it's too dangerous. So people are turning back. Wind is absolutely berserk. Totally berserk. Okay. So first of all, I hope the wind muff is not blocking any of the lens, because it does. Oh, what an absolutely crazy last hour. Whew. Not quite sure but I do see angle turn. An angle turn. Oh, I think I am blocking the lens with the wind muff, and I'm sorry. but Angleton in the distance. I recognize it with the island. Okay, that's fine. We know where we are. So I ran into a group of people. They told me, or a group of hikers, doing the coast to coast, and they told me they turned around because it was too dangerous to pass in these high winds on the cliffs. And I thought to myself, well, I wanted to keep going. Well, there's people camping down there, which is normal for Angleton. I wanted to keep going because I got to get across here and over Christie Pike down the other side to my next shelter that I know of, because it's identified as in the trees, overnight camp area, tenting spot. That would give me 13 miles today, which I'll take. That's okay. So it's just a bit of an update. So far so good. We're making progress. We're making good progress. We have now made it to Angleton. So yeah, we're fine. Every now and then, for whatever reason, the wind just stops. It just stops, goes to zero. And then moments later, for the next hour, it's blowing 60, 70 miles an hour. Nobody knows why. I don't know why. Somebody knows why, but not me. We're climbing up to the knot. From the knot, we push on to the Christie Pike. I just checked the map. We have 1.3 miles to the Christie Pike, which is again the highest point on the coast to coast trail. Oh, and there's the wind again. That wants to blow me. Oh. Challenging, demanding, tests your nerve, but here we are. And I know, because I keep seeing him, there's one other hiker ahead of me, but I don't see anybody else out here on this trail today. Not now. Not since everybody turned back. Whew. 1.3 miles, and then I descend down. So I believe it's called Holswater, but I'll have to check that later. And my first opportunity of a wild camp that's sheltered in the trees. That could only be, that might be like 2.5 miles from here to the camp. And that would be okay. All right, just keep pushing and pushing. We're about 0.3 of a mile to Christie Pike. Again, I hope the wind muff isn't blocking any of the lens, but if it is, I apologize. The wind is just absolutely insane. But we are getting there. From the summit of Christie Pike, we have 1.6 miles to the in trees tent spot, wild camp spot. So we just need to get over Christie Pike, and then we start the descent. I'll be glad to do that. I'll be really, really glad to start this descent. The cloud's lifting right now, but the wind, it's just craziness. the wind. Okay, we have summited Christie Pike. We've just started taking our first steps down. Thank you, Jesus. That's all I can say today. Now, under good conditions, this would be an absolutely amazing hike. But with this wind, rain, well, just not so much. But we've done it. I think I can see the Hawes water way, way, way below me. You won't see it. It's in the GoPro. There's thick cloud between us, but I think I see it. So we're going to check to make sure we're on trail, and we're going to get into this descent. Yeah. There's a better look at the beginning of what I think is called Hawes water. But we've got a hike up the left side of it, which is around 4.5–5 miles in distance. We're continuing our descent, and we're in the kind of rocky, challenging descent section that I know exists here. I've seen it, read about it, heard about it, watched other hikers do it. Anyhow, still rainy, still windy, so I'm just going to keep getting to it. Hi, Heidi.
Hi.
Heidi is from Virginia. I'm going to tell you more about this young lady later on. One more casualty. Let me come out in the light from underneath these trees. One more casualty. There we go. Maybe you can see better now. One more casualty of this hike. A broken trekking pole tip right there. Oh boy. Oh well. Worse things have happened. Excuse me. Well, it feels cold. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's from being wet today. But it feels cold. Maybe the air is getting cooler, which could be a good thing insofar as it could be a changing weather pattern. Maybe we're going to start to get some sunshine. What a crazy day today. The trail was challenging for sure. However, under conditions of nice warmer weather, a gentle breeze and sunshine, it would be a delight of a trail. But today, with the conditions of the pounding rain and gale force winds, well, it was just hard. I mean hard. And as I'd mentioned, people were turning back. The local guides and so on said it was too dangerous. But myself and others, there was a lady from Virginia, Heidi, she's carried on. She's heading to Sharp, which is another, I think, 8.5 kilometers up the trail yet. good for her. And there was a guy ahead of her. We all kind of came through at the same, not at the same time, but everybody was in different stages. Yeah, but and they all started from Patterdale. So of course we started from Grassmere, so we had further to go, but we're not going as far as they're going. Hey, camp. We are camped right here beneath the trees. Now again, this is a spot that somebody had mentioned in Far Out about it being here. Every wild camp I've had on this hike, and this is night number 4, and all 4 nights have been wild camp. I've all been mentioned on Far Out, and I just looked for them. When I got to the spot they said, and sure enough, there they were. And they've all been good spots, no problems at all. Wow, dinner tonight, it's like a instant or a freeze-dried beef lasagna with some potatoes mixed in, and an all wheat bagel, and my Ovaltine and some kind of bar because I'm hungry. I won't be long out of bed tonight, and tomorrow again it's going to be an early day. Probably wake up at 4. Shop is 8.4 miles away, so I'm going to be there in a reasonable hour, maybe lunch, second breakfast lunch, and some resupply there. And then I've got to check the app and the map to see what comes after that. But as we leave Shop, we're starting to leave the Lake District. And push towards the Yorkshire Dales. We've got to see exactly when we do that. That could all happen tomorrow. So tomorrow could be a fun-filled day. Again, depending on the weather. I'm expecting it to start to be an easier trail as we start to, you know, approach the departure of the Lake District, which has been challenging primarily because of the weather. The trails have been challenging for sure, but they would have been much more of a delight, again, like I said, in warmer, milder, less rainy and less windy conditions. Today was 13 miles, and I will show you later on the map, but for now I'm going to have my dinner. We'll talk to you. Maybe not. I thought somebody was starting to speak to me, but there's nobody else here. You know, you kids don't know, but as you get old, it doesn't matter. Anyhow, as I was saying, I'm going to show you on the map later our track today, where we went. And yeah, we'll talk to you tomorrow. Good night. Okay, everybody, it's map time. So, first of all, if the map looks shiny or wet, it is wet. The water got everywhere today. So this morning, we started right here, just outside Grassmere. Today was a challenge. Remember, Grisdale turn, and then the weather turned to shit from here on. We had a reprieve in the weather through Patterdale. Nothing there, no coffee shops or anything. There was a pub that served food, but on a Sunday, and today is Sunday, they didn't start till 12. We were there early. We carried on, we carried on, we carried on. The famous Angle Tarn was beautiful, and there was tenters there. Carried on, carried on, carried on, pushed up the knot. This whole area, all across here, was horrendous high winds, monsoon rain, just wild. Over the top of Kidsey Pike, the highest elevation in the Lake District on the Coast to Coast Trail. We descended down to the shores of Haweswater, and we are camped right here, to give us a 13-mile day. Tomorrow, we're going to be heading up here, Haweswater, and we're going to be carrying on to Shap, which is over there, off B, so it must be on E. I guess it is. So that is the plan. That's what we've done, and that's the plan. Hi, guys. So, at the end of day 4, just kind of a after map session, kind of update with our upcoming plan. So, today was a shorter day for us, which was 13 miles. tomorrow will be probably an even shorter day, only because I'm thinking of spending the night in Shap tomorrow night, which is about 8.5 miles from here. So that would be a short day. But it looks to me, when I'm looking at the map, it looks like a good spot. Well, I'm going to be resupplying there, but it looks like a good spot to maybe get a shower, my electricity banks charged, and so on. There is a possibility of a bunk or a tenting at a location that's a bunk barn and offers tenting and showers and so on. And if that's the case, I will probably grab that. It'll be the least expensive. But there are a couple of pubs too that offer accommodations. So when I go through Shop tomorrow, I'm going to check that out and see if I make that work. If I do, great. If not, hey, that's life. And then we just push on from Shop either way, be it the next morning or later tomorrow. That's okay. Now, it looks to me as though life is going to get a little bit easier. I'm not sure about the weather because I have no signal here. I just have a satellite that says SOS only. But I think we're done. I know we've got all 4 of the major elevation gain climbs all done in the Lake District. And as I say, once we leave Shap, we're kind of leaving the Lake District and heading towards the Yorkshire Dales. And it looks to be a much flatter kind of environment. We've still got some climbs ahead, but nothing like we've had. So I think we're going to be able to, after Shap, whether we stay there tomorrow night or not, I think we're going to be able to start logging some better miles. Again, keep in mind, we're still looking after that hip. And believe me, at the end of the day, like today, for instance, but again, the weather was against us, the wind, it was craziness. I even lost one of my water bottles. The pack cover kept just ripping off in the wind, and I had it secured in 4 locations. But somewhere I'd lost a water bottle, so I can replace that probably tomorrow in Shop. Yeah, everything's going good. We're at 51.2 miles, so 83 or 4 kilometers into the hike. It's going great. Tomorrow will be day 5. And even though the weather has really been against me, I'm still having a great time and thoroughly enjoying it. I'm meeting some wonderful people. Again, I met Heidi today. You all saw Heidi. Hi, Heidi. If you're watching the channel down the road, hi, Heidi. It was a delight to meet you, and thank you so much for the tea. It's a beautiful flask of hot tea. It was just delightful. Anyhow, so I might do that tomorrow. So it means I probably won't see Heidi again. She'll be leaving Shap tomorrow. She's staying there tonight. But I just didn't have it in me to push on to Shap today. I'm happy where I am. This is a beautiful little tenting spot in a beautiful little forest. Just take a little look-see out, and you can see now we're getting some sunshine. Oh my God! I hope it's a sign of things to come. I really do. But either way, it is what it is. And even though it's only at the end of day 4, we've still completed almost 52 miles of a just under 200 mile kind of trail. So we're actually getting it done. And before you know it, it'll be over. But then we go to Glasgow. We're going to jump on the West Island Way, right? We're going to do that again. So we've got that to look forward to coming up. Yeah. Okay, you know what? I'm going to sign off. I'm going to bid you a fond good night. Hope you all sleep well. I'm going to sleep well because I am tired. But we'll be up early, and we'll just get to it. Either way, we'll just get to it. I'll talk to you later.